It's just breaking daylight. Right before you could see good. And a buck come across the creek. It came all up underneath me. Once he got under me, I could see it was a young buck. It's the first time this trip I get to hunt this spot. This is the southwest corner of the property. You need a west-southwest to hunt it. Today's the first day we get that. It's not gonna last long. That was supposed to go south. See, you still got standing corn in the field across from the beach right here. A lot of standing corn this year. Not seeing the amount of bucks that we normally would see. Only saw one little 2.5-year-old. And the rest been 1.5-year-old bucks. We got a couple nice ones on camera, on the trail cameras, but they are not being visible. So I'm telling you, only got a couple days left. A decent 2.5-year-old comes in, gives me a good shot. If it gets stuck. It's almost 11 o'clock. It's been quiet for a while. A lot of activity this morning. Of course, it was brisk, 17 degrees. Not long after getting settled in, had a deer cross the creek. And he must have heard me setting up, because he came all the way up, smelling around, trying to see what I was that made that noise. It was a young buck, looked like a 5-pointer. I couldn't tell. But he came back later through the field and came back underneath me again. It was a little 5-pointer. I think it was the same deer. I guess about an hour later, I heard something coming in here. It was 3 big does. And they came right down the trail, 15 yards to the creek crossing. But the wind must have swirled. The lead dog picked up my scent. She got nervous. She stood around stomping a little bit, and they all finally eased off across the other creek crossing about 60 yards down. A little while later, I caught a glimpse of something running. It was a little buck chasing a doe. They went to the crossing over that 60 yards and crossed. It wasn't long behind them. Here come a monster, big buck. I had the camera facing that way, but I didn't try to zoom or nothing. I just started trying to call, get him to come my way. But he didn't. He crossed the creek and went south with the other two. I got to go pull some stands in other spots because it's getting close to going home time. I got this evening and tomorrow left. Try to get it done. So I gotta start trying to pick up some of this stuff so I can leave Monday morning. Gotta go back to work Wednesday. So I'm gonna slip out of here and probably try to come back in here if the wind holds. I'm gonna bring all my gear just in case it doesn't. That's the plan right now. See y'all after a while.
Yeah. Right. Meh.
Well, he's not the giant that I saw yesterday, but he's a good bug. That's the shot I was hoping for on that big one. But when he turned and come out of the creek, he didn't stay on that trail. It runs straight north. He angled back. And I couldn't get him to stop in a couple holes. When he would stop, he was in the wrong hole. I didn't have a shot. And I shot at him. I didn't know it was right at 30 yards. I shot right below him. Big, heavy 8. You'll see the video. So I was pretty down about that, but that's a long shot with a longbow. I was just glad I didn't wound him. So came back to the same stand this morning, and it's been uneventful. I don't even know what time it is. It's 10:26 right now, so I guess about 10:20 or 10:15. I look up and I see a buck coming through the bedding area right there, and he was just feeding around. So I hit the grunt a few times, and finally he heard it, and here he come across the creek and come right up the good trail that he's supposed to come on, that I'm set up for. And I'm so thankful I took my time, made a good shot. He stopped right out there, probably 20 yards, and started coughing up blood, got both lungs. And he ran a little piece and fell over dead. Yes, and this is my last day. I've been here 12 days in Kansas, grinding it out. It was hot the first week. Wasn't seeing much of nothing, some little bitty 1.5-year-old bucks and some does, and I did take a doe with my self bow. It don't get no better. Guys, I just picked up my arrow. Got lots of blood already. We've seen him fall, but it's always cool to follow the blood trail. He didn't go far. When he stopped, he was coughing up blood. Here we go. Lots of long blood sprayed out everywhere right here. Look at it right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. There he lays. There he lays. That's a big deer. Man, he's bigger than I thought. Huge body. Look at the neck on that dude. Here he is, guys. What a hog. This deer's gonna go well over 200 pounds. He came through the bedding area, and I hit the grunt call a couple of times, and here he come, crossed the creek, came right up the main trail, about 16 yards, broadside. Got him stopped, and took my time, settled in, and put it right behind the shoulder. As you can see, double lunged him. He didn't go 20 yards, stopped, started coughing up blood, and ran a little bit further and fell over. Just a nice buck. Heavy, old, white-faced, just a pig. Big old neck on him. I tell you, I was pretty excited. It's been a tough 12 days, non-stop. All day sits in the stand. Most days I'd set till noon, 12:30, get out, run, grab something to eat, and be back up by 2 o'clock. Didn't see a lot of deer, didn't see a lot of good deer. Seen some young ones. And just real tickled to have this deer come through. Appreciate y'all watching.